find you have the most on-screen chemistry with, as far as you're concerned?
Daniel and I have a good, rapport. It's not easy. It's not easy, man. Because over the last couple of years, we've grown quite ironically really good friends, and now there was, without giving too much away, whenever we have very close scenes with each other where we have to sort of stare each other in the eye. I look at his eyebrow, not his eye, because if I catch a glint of a smile, then that's it, man. In photo shoots, we're useless together, because that's why they do all our shots separately, I think, because we just end up smiling at each other, and that's not really the look that we're going for. Yeah, quite ironically, Daniel, I think.
Because you had a really dramatic scene when you were essentially kicked out of the slug party, and you were thrown up against the wall. All right, what was it like working with Alan Rickman?
Terrifying, yeah. He's a very cool guy, but he's very, he speaks very slowly. But he's misunderstood very much. A lot of people think that he could be, slightly dry and not the most, humorous guy, but you'd be very wrong. He's one of the funniest guys on set. He has a very, very witty sense of humor. I remember once we were doing a night shoot and it was about 3 a.m. This was towards the very end of the film. We were outside and Snape and Harry are having their little battle at the end, and he was standing there like he does, very, very solemn. And I thought I'd sort of try and break the ice and be like, "You're all right, Alan, how you doing? Are you feeling okay?" And he sort of does this thing where he pretends not to hear you for 10 seconds. And he turned his head very slowly and just said, "I've peaked." That was it. I think, and no one knows whether to laugh or not, man, because he's sort of, okay, Alan, okay, but he is incredibly witty, and he doesn't need any introduction as a fantastic actor. It's great to do a scene with him one-on-one, and again, I was very nervous, but if he's not critiquing you and he's saying, that was good, then I'm over the moon. So yeah, I was very grateful for that scene.
I take that too. So you've told us a little bit about some of the on-set interaction. What are some of those stories that we don't get to hear about all the time? Some of the amusing things. I understand there are some definite pranksters.
Oh yeah, Daniel's one of the biggest. Yeah, he brings a great sense of enthusiasm to the set. Whenever spirits are low, he brings them straight back up again. Again, Alan is a constant source of entertainment as well. We had a very interesting scene with after the demise of Dumbledore. Sorry if none of you have seen it.
There could be spoilers.
Sorry. We're sort of walking down the Great Hall in this sort of V-wing, like goose formation, and he's sort of the lead goose, if you will. And he has this, this 3-meter long wedding cape style thing that hangs off his neck, and naturally it drapes quite a while behind his feet. And the director was very keen for us to, stay very close behind him, so it sort of looks like a very, very sort of strong formation. And before we started the shooting, he again turned to us in his very solemn way and said, "Don't step on my effing cloak." It's like, fair enough. And again, we didn't know whether that was joking or not. It's just being the Death Eaters. We were like, okay. Sod's law, second take, straight on his cloak. Yeah. Ripped him by the neck, and luckily he found amusement in it. Much later on, not at the time. But, also, one of the Death Eaters shot on his cloak the third take, so it wasn't just me. I felt pretty lucky about that. Yeah.
So, we talked about some of the stories that are going on behind the scenes. And what about in previous movies? Because, we are definitely very interested in the 6th movie. But this is our first chance to really get to know you a little bit better, as opposed to some of your castmates. So what are some of the more interesting, I was growing up on the set of Harry Potter things that happened?
I don't know, to be honest with you, this is, number 6 is one of the first films that I've been there from start to finish, from the very start of the production to the end. It's really organic and healthy as an actor to sort of see it come together, whereas before I'd always sort of spend a week on set and 3 weeks at school, back at like completely normal school. and then, you know, back on set for a week. So, you know, I grew up off the set, whereas I know, you know, Dan and Rupert and Anna spent a lot more time on than off. I feel very grateful that I've got the same group of friends that I had before I started the filming, and they're still equally not interested in anything Harry Potter related. So that kind of works for me, because, you know,
It's a little refreshing.
it is, because even when I come home and I'm excited and I say, oh, I did a scene with Alan today, they're like, Alan who? And it's like, oh. Yeah, but it's kind of nice for me. It's actually, it helps keep one grounded, I think, because, you know, I'm not interested in their office job, they're not interested in my office job, so that it kind of suits, I think, to be fair. As far as, yeah, stories on set growing up, I don't know, I managed to avoid most of the drama. I hear there was a fair bit of, you know, romance and, you know, hormones were flying about. We were all young, and, but I generally kept my professional cap on and didn't get involved with anything like that. So again, I'm sorry to be boring, but I can't reveal anything entertaining on that front, I'm afraid.
That's okay. So, what is your interaction with payroll been like? How much have you actually had a chance to meet or get feedback, especially from?
Sure. I confess, again, before the second film, I met her on the first film because she wanted to meet all the cast naturally, which was, you know, hugely exciting. She was, I mean, I have nothing but fabulous things to say about her. Not only what she has done for the world of literacy and film and creativity, she's really brought, you know, she's stretching imaginations across the world, which is fantastic. But also as a person, she's the most down-to-earth person I think that you'll ever meet. So that's really nice. And there's a funny story actually. My best friend actually lives in the house that I used to live in, and that's the address that Warner Brothers have of where I live. Anyway, so he rang me up and said, you've got a letter from some woman called Jo, and she says like you were good in the film or something. And I was like, okay, I just thought it might have been a fan letter they were passing on or something. And I go over there a couple of weeks later, and it's this beautiful purple velour envelope with a, you know, handmade. It looked really, really nice. And I thought, okay, this isn't your typical fan letter. And of course, at the bottom, it has J.K. Rowling's signature, handwritten. She's written me a letter saying that, you know, she'd seen the film before I'd ever seen it, and she was thrilled with the performance, and she was really, really happy with the way it turned out. So naturally, you know, as an actor, that is the ultimate compliment. I've had the director's blessing, her blessing, and pretty much your blessing, I think. That makes it the happiest time in the world. To satisfy the fans, I think, is the real main battle. And obviously, you're going to be people that you know have critique problems or whatever, but the general consensus is people were very happy with the film, so I'm over the moon about that.
Now, we are going to be taking some audience questions. And I would like to go ahead and get a line going in the back of the room. The way it'll work, you know, just pretty much standard procedure. Talk with people, make sure they're. Keep in mind, this is a family type show.
Be gentle, people. Be gentle. Yeah.
And podcast.
Oh, if I hear size in the crowd, then what are you going to want?
That's why we want to go ahead and get started now. But while they're lining up, and get ready to talk to you.
So bright, it was sunglasses.
I know. Is there anything you can tell us about the upcoming installments of the movies? There's
actually been quite a big talk on set about not revealing anything. I know there's already been some
You're in it, right?
Some leakages of stuff like that. But I mean, the only thing I can really say is that from what I've read of the script, because they're not all 100% complete yet. They've really, I mean, they always try and stay loyal to the books, obviously, but this is one of the beautiful things about splitting the last book into 2 films, is that we have the freedom to actually stick to it 100% and make it as accurate as the books are. So I'm hoping that will please a lot of fans. I know a lot of people have had problems with missing bits out and adding bits in, so
this you feel more of the book is making it in?
Yeah, again, I mean, obviously I read the book a while ago now, and I sort of kind of stick to the script, because once you start...
So you have caught up?
Oh yeah. It's funny, man. For the first 2 years, I think I was the only cast and crew member that wasn't a real die-hard fan. I'm not afraid to say that now, because I am a huge fan now. On Prisoner of Azkaban, I pretty much just started reading them solidly, and ever since then I've been getting them 12 hours on release and sitting there. You can't not. I want to know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen to you?
Exactly. Well, yeah, not so much me, but I signed up for these films. For all I know, Harry and Drago could get together. I want to make sure.